Hello everyone, DL Anderson here, co-founder of UTU Marketing, and I am so excited that you have come back for this third and final video in this Power Class video series. And before we get started, I'm going to do a very brief recap of how you got here and why you're here at this point in time. So the first video in this series, we talked about how you can make 5 figures plus each month without chasing down clients. And from that video in this series, we learned that the answer was by creating an elite sales process. That led us to Power Class number 2, where the question was, how do you create the elite sales process? What is it made of? And the answer to that question was the quality leads generator and the super sales funnel. So we talked about those two components of the elite sales process and gave you an idea of what those things consisted of. And now for this third and final Power Class, we're answering the question, how to build the Power Class sales funnel. And the reason why we're answering that question is because it is the sales funnel of the future. So if you want to be on the fast track, again, to making 5 figures plus each month and building your business quickly, efficiently, and enjoying yourself along the way, this is a sales funnel that you want to know about and be able to implement for your business. So let's get started. All right, so I want to talk again why you're still here. Okay, so you have traversed through 2 power classes in this series, and this is now the third and final video. So why are you still here? The first reason is because you understand the value of getting it right the first time. Okay, there's a saying that suggests you shouldn't try and reinvent the wheel. Okay, if you know someone or a people or a company that has done something that you're looking to do and you're in the same space, the same industry, you want to kind of have an idea of how they got there so you don't have to go through all the pain that they took to get to where they're at. You also realize that you are one super sales funnel away from an amazing business breakthrough. And you're convinced that this Power Class sales funnel is that sales funnel, and I'm telling you right now it is, and I can't wait to get started teaching you about it. And last but not least, you are ready to start making 5 figures plus each month today. So that's why you're here, and what you're going to learn in this Power Class is going to achieve all these 3 points. Let's get started. Okay, so first, the question of the hour. How do you build a Power Class sales funnel so that you can start making 5 figures plus each month? And the answer is by creating online ads, your Power Class video series, and a discovery call script. Okay, those are the 3 components of your Power Class sales funnel. So again, not very complex, just 3 pieces, but we want to spend some time talking about what those 3 pieces entail. So the easiest part, okay, the online ads, okay? So here's why you should invest in online advertising. First of all, it's time effective, okay? It doesn't require a lot of your time engaging leads. And again, the whole premise of this entire video series was we didn't want to spend a lot of our time chasing down clients. Second of all, it's cost effective. Third, you're going to generate consistent results. Fourth, there is amazing potential reach with online ads. And 5, it will seamlessly integrate with your sales funnel. Okay, so for these 5 reasons and more, the first step in creating this process is by having online ads. Okay, next, you'll need your Power Class video series. Now, obviously, this is the heart of the funnel. Okay, now there are 3 videos in this series. I want to go through very quickly what each video should do. Okay, the first video should talk about the opportunity, and this reveals why the Power Class is important to your ideal client. The second video is the transformation. It reveals what it will take to cash in on the opportunity. Last but not least, the third video is the ownership. It reveals how your ideal client can experience their transformation today. Okay? These are the 3 videos in the series, and each video, again, as you see, there's an intuitive, a logical process, a next step, and as we discussed in Power Class 1, you want to have a hook to between each video to ensure that your ideal client continues to watch these videos. Okay, the third step in this funnel is the discovery call script. Now the key highlights here. Realize it's a guide, not a speech. Okay, so this should guide you in the sales call or the discovery call. It should not be something that you're reading back to your ideal client verbatim. Secondly, it's a living document, which means that it's going to change over time. So as you're going through and having your discovery calls, you're going to learn some best practices. You're going to learn some terminologies and things that went well and things that didn't go so well. So it's a living document that you're going to update as you continue to execute the discovery calls. Third, it should be a natural conversation. Okay, it shouldn't be like you're trying to sell someone or trying to convince someone to do something that they really don't want to do. Okay, if you're getting into that kind of mode, then more than likely you don't have a quality lead on the phone with you. And last but not least, it should result in some level of conversion about half the time. So if you're achieving these things, you've got yourself a really good bona fide discovery call script. Now, the question that many people are probably asking right now is, will the Power Class work for me? The answer is yes, and here's why. First of all, if you're familiar with Jeff Walker's product launch series, you saw from my sales funnel, the video series for the Power Class, it follows the product launch series. This is a very effective series. A lot of the top players in our industry are following product launch. So it works, it's proven, it'll get the job done for you. Secondly, it's a high value, low cost proposition. Okay, it doesn't cost a lot to create ads and create 3 15-minute videos. Okay, your investment is very low, but the value of your ideal client getting a 15-minute power class, a high-level overview of who you are, what you do, what you offer, and why it's important to them, that's very powerful. Now I'm going to show you that more later in this power class. Next, because it's the sales funnel of the future. So if you're in the information industry and you sell information as a product or service, being able to do so very quickly and efficiently will be very important to you going forward in this industry. Now, again, I'm going to talk about that more in the next slide. And last but not least, you're in a Power Class sales funnel right now. So does it work? Well, if you're still here, that means you've gone through the first 2 videos in our series. Now you're in the third. So the fact that you're here wanting to learn more is evidence that it's working. So let's talk about the sales funnel of the future. Okay, this graph, it kind of contrasts what I'm calling the evolution of the Power Class versus the webinar. Okay, and as you can see, the webinar stats are here in the orange and the Power Class are in the blue. So let's start with the opt-in rate. So and this is all information that we've gathered from our current clients and from our own funnels. So the Power Class funnel, as you can see, the opt-in rate is a little over 80% for us and our clients, and for the webinars, it's over 60. So there's about 20% deficit where the Power Class is performing better than the webinar. Now, here's a very important one to look at. This is the actual series completion. So the Power Class, we have almost 70% of everyone who opts into a Power Class will watch all 3 videos. Again, these are just 15-minute high-level videos versus the webinar, whether it's 3 webinars or 2 or just 1. Less than 30% of our opt-ins are actually watching the entire series. So you're looking at a matter of 45 minutes for 3 Power Classes versus anywhere from an hour to 4 hours of webinar. Okay. Now the discovery call percentage on the Power Class of the individuals who are opting in, almost half of them are getting on a discovery call versus the webinar where it's less than 20%. And then last but not least, the conversion statistics. So at the end, once they get on the discovery call, the conversion percentage is pretty much the same. But the thing you want to look at really is here, the people who are completing the series and the individuals who are eventually getting on a discovery call. It is much, much higher with the Power Class than it's for the webinar. And the reason why, you'll see here in this graph here, and I call it give the people what they want. And it has to do with the time. The reason why people are opting into the Power Class more than the webinar is because they don't have the time to sit through and watch webinars anymore. And a lot of that is because everyone's doing it. Okay, so you can't watch everyone's 1 hour to 2 hour webinar just to get an idea of whether or not they're the right match for you. And we'll see here. The green shows or answers the question, how much time do you have to watch a webinar? Okay, and as you see, 80% said that they have 15 minutes. Okay, you have 30 minutes here, 45, and less than 10% actually have an hour to watch a webinar. Okay, and then you have this, the second question is, how likely are you to watch a webinar? So almost 100% said, okay, I'll watch 15 minutes. I'll find 15 minutes in my day to watch a webinar, or what we're calling the power class. And that number decreases steadily as you increase the time and duration of the webinar. Okay, so that's the reason why we're saying that the power class is the sales funnel of the future. In the information industry, we've become so saturated with webinars and so many other lead magnets that people just are not finding the time. Okay, so if you can find a way to get some very quick, powerful information, okay, in a 15-minute power class, you're going to have a great deal of success. If you can do that well, in the next couple of years, you're going to find yourself with an amazingly effective sales funnel. So you put it all together, okay, you have your online ads, your sales funnel, and once again, that's your way to make 5 figures plus each month and to grow your business as quickly as you want to grow it. So a few frequently asked questions before I move on. The first question that we usually get is, how hard is it to create a 15-minute video? And the truth is, I mean, for my perspective, obviously, it's not very hard because I do it for a living. But for most of our clients, it's a challenge. So really, like anything in business, you can get coaching or you can hire someone to do it for you, but it can be done. So don't let your feeling that, oh, it's hard for me to do it, that it can't be done for you. Okay, you can still achieve this sales funnel. Next, how long does it take to create the Power Class sales funnel? And the answer here is it should take anywhere between 3 and 4 weeks. So if you're in a good spot with your business model and you have the capital to invest and you're motivated and you're ready to get started, between 3 and 4 weeks, you can have your own Power Class sales funnel up and running and generating income for you. So let's move on to a brief recap of what you learned today. You learned the 3 keys to building a Power Class sales funnel. You learned why the Power Class sales funnel is the sales funnel of the future. And you learned how the Power Class sales funnel will set you on the fast track to making 5 figures plus each month. And like this young man here on the left, you'll be excited because you have just experienced probably the greatest breakthrough your business will ever experience. So before I close, I want to talk about what's possible for you. With the right sales process, you can fill your practice in approximately 90 days. So if you're not working with a full practice and you want to be there, I am telling you, with the right sales process, you can have a full practice in 90 days. Also, and this has been the mantra of the entire Power Class, you can start making 5 figures plus each month. And then lastly, you can stop chasing down clients and still have the business and the life of your dreams. So the choice is yours, okay? It's the choice between the old you and the new you. The old you where you may have been marginally successful, had multiple struggles, didn't have clear direction, and the new you where all of a sudden you say, okay, I get it. I see a clear path, a straight line between where I'm at today and where I want to be tomorrow. So the question I have for you is, are you ready for a new you? And if you said yes, I want to share with you an opportunity. We have limited availability presently for free 1-hour discovery sessions. Now in these sessions, here's what we're going to do. We're going to evaluate your current sales process. Then we're going to identify areas which need improvement. And lastly, we're going to recommend next steps. So if you're someone who went through this Power Class funnel and you say, I'm getting it, I'm with it, I see it, I understand it, it's very clear to me, I just need someone to help me understand the gap between where I'm at and where I want to be. Okay, we have limited spots available for individuals just like you, where you can sign up today and get a 1-hour discovery session on the calendar with one of our coaches, and we're going to help you create that action plan so you can start making 5 figures plus each month. Well, the question is, what time is it? The answer is, it's time to take action. Okay, it's time to take action. So if you're on the video, look beneath the video player. There should be an opportunity for you to click on a link and we'll take you to a web page where you can sign up for your discovery session right now. And one thing I want you to remember, and this goes back to the whole model of the Power Class sales funnel. Okay, remember this. You are just one sales funnel away from an amazing business breakthrough. And you can discover what that sales funnel is today. So don't wait. If you have an opportunity right now, click that link right now and secure yourself a spot while they're available. And I guarantee you, I promise you, after that hour is over, you will know everything you need to do to implement that sales funnel, that elite sales process, so that you can start making 5 figures plus each month today. So let's get started. Click the button below the video player and schedule your free discovery session today. Again, my name is D.L. Anderson. I've had a lot of fun, a great time teaching this Power Class series. I hope that you learned a lot, and I hope that you are ready to take the next step and finally have the life and business of your dreams. So look forward to hearing from you soon, and want to ask everyone just have a great time, have a great day. If you have any questions, feel free to visit us at uniquetoyoumarketing.com, and we'll help you in any way that we can. Have a great, great day.